up, world? It's Erica Vane, editor-in-chief here at Create Her Collective, and I am coming to you live from Park City, Utah for the 2020 Sundance Film Festival. This year's Film Fest is packed full of incredible stories from diverse backgrounds, featuring quite a few amazing female feature directors, but I'll get into more of that later. Right now, I want to talk to you about the top 10 features that we are most excited about seeing at this year's Sundance Film Festival. We're going to do this music countdown style. Starting the list off in the number 10 spot is Identifying Features. Directed by Fernanda Valdez and starring an ensemble cast which also includes Mercedes Hernandez. Magdala hasn't heard from her son in months, not since he left town to cross the border to the United States. She begins an odyssey across Mexico through areas of violence, desolation, and chasing any available lead despite being warned publicly and asked questions. This feature debut allows one woman's aching personal story to encapsulate the weight of a tremendous reality within our world humanitarian crisis. Number 9 is The Last Shift. An aging fast food worker plans to call it quits after 38 years. His replacement, a talented but stalled young writer whose politics keep landing him in trouble. They contend that their labor is being exploited. Andrew Cohn offers a compassionate portrait of two flawed working-class men that explores identity, privilege, and racial bias. The film stars Richard Jenkins, Shane Paul McGahee, Divine Joy Randolph, Burgundy Baker, Alyssa Tolman, and Ed O'Neill. In the number 8 spot, we have The Assistant, directed by Kitty Green. Jane is a junior assistant to an entertainment executive whose character is clearly inspired by the Me Too testimony surrounding Harvey Weinstein. Jane faces a multitude of degradations and hostilities from both men and women, which she continues to bear stoically. Finally, she takes action, and what follows is a fascinating depiction of the mechanics that lead to abuse of power. The film stars Julia Gardner, Matthew McFadden, Mackenzie Lee, Kristen Fosef, John Orsini, and Noah Robbins. Boise State is a political coming-of-age story examining the health of American democracy through an unusual experiment. 1,017-year-old boys from across the state of Texas, 4 boys of diverse backgrounds and political views, navigate the challenges of organizing political parties, shaping consensus, and campaigning for the highest office at Texas Boise State, governor. Directed by Jesse Moss and Amanda McBain, I can't wait to see this film. It sits at our number 7 spot. Zola is a number 6 on our top 10 most anticipated features list. You want to hear a story about why me and this bitch fell out? It's kind of a bit full of suspense. That is the tagline in the brief bio for the film. Crazy, right? Zola meets Stephanie at a restaurant where Zola waitresses and the two immediately click over pole dancing. Only a day after they exchange numbers, Stephanie invites Zola on a cross-country road trip where the goal is to make as much money as possible dancing in Florida strip clubs. Zola agrees, and suddenly she is trapped in the most crazy, exciting, unexpected trip of her life. The film is directed by Zanika Bravo and stars Taylor Page, Riley Keough, Nicholas Braun, and Coleman Domingo. At the 5th spot of our list is Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always, a film about criminalizing abortion in the United States and the unprecedented consequences women face when attempting to manage their reproductive health. Autumn, a stoic, quiet teenager, is a cashier in rural Pennsylvania supermarket. Faced with the unintended pregnancy and without viable alternatives for termination in her home state, she and her cousin Skylar scrape up enough money, pack a suitcase, and board a bus to New York City. With only a clinic address in hand and nowhere to stay, the two girls bravely venture through an unfamiliar city. This film is directed by Eliza Hittman and looks absolutely beautiful in its trailer. Miss Juneteenth, directed by Channing Godfrey Peoples and starring Nicole Bahari, Kendrick Sampson, Alexis Chaxis, Lori Hayes, Marcus M. Malden. I'm so excited. Built like a bird, Turquoise Jones is a single mom who holds down a household, a rebellious teenager, and pretty much everything that goes down at the Wayman's Barbecue and Lounge. Turquoise is also a bona fide beauty queen who was once crowned Miss Juneteenth, a title commemorating the day slavery was abolished in Texas. Life don't turn out as beautifully as the title promised, But Turquoise is determined to right her wrongs and cultivating her daughter Kay, who she hopes will also become Miss Juneteenth, even if Kay wants something else. Miss Juneteenth lands at the number 4 spot on our list. Number 3 on our list of must-see is 9 Days. It's directed by Edson Oda and starring Winston Duke and Zazie Beetz. What if being born is not the beginning, but the goal? In a house distant from reality we know, a reclusive man named Will interviews prospective candidates, personifications of human souls, for the privilege that he once had to be born. 5 contenders emerge. During the course of 9 days, Will tests each of them, but he can only choose one. The victor will be rewarded with the coveted opportunity to become a newborn in the real world while the others cease to exist. We're getting down to the wire, and coming in at the number 2 most anticipated feature film to see at Sundance this year is Bad Hair. Bad Hair is a feature film by Justin Simien, the creator of Dear White People, and this is his second most highly anticipated feature film. The film is a satirical psychological thriller set in Los Angeles in 1989, and with the main character Anna Bledsoe, played by Elle Lorraine. She actually goes through a moment where she is a scarred survivor of a scalp burn from a mild relaxer. Yep. The film also stars Vanessa Williams, Jay Farrell, Lena Waithe, Blair Underwood, Laverne Cox. There's so many people in this film. I can't wait to see it. Last but certainly not least is the number 1 most anticipated feature film to see at Sundance, which is Charm City Kings. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I'm from Baltimore, but you will deal. All joking aside, Charm City Kings is an incredible story about a 14-year-old named Mouse who is played by Winston, and he desperately wants to join the Midnight Clique, and that's an infamous group of Baltimore dirt bike riders who rule the summertime streets. His older brother Ciro was a top rider before his tragic death, and that was a loss that really consumes Mouse and his passion for bikes. The film is produced by some of Hollywood's most creative people like Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, and James Lasseter. The film is directed by Manuel Soto, and it stars Jahi Di'Allo Winston, Meek Mill, Will Catlett, Teyonah Parris, Donielle Tremaine Hansley, Kezii Curtis. And being from Baltimore, I am so excited to see this film. It's great to see my city get such notoriety and praise and positive predictions, because this film is getting a lot of critical acclaim. That's it for me. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our Sundance 2020 coverage. Also, like and follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Create Her Collective, because we will be giving you up to the minute updates. That's red carpets, that's amazing exclusive interviews, that's recaps of the hottest events, and so much more. I thank you for watching. I'm Erica Vane, and I will see you in the next video.